Hello and welcome back to Westminster. Now the summer break is over, we're getting back into the nitty-gritty of legislating and debating the key issues of the day. Now tomorrow we're going to be having a really important debate on universal credit. For those of you that don't know, universal credit is the brainchild of Ian Duncan Smith. He decided that rather than having a really complicated system of different state benefits, they'd all be rolled together into one single benefit, universal credit, to take out a lot of the complexities. Now it sounds like a great idea, except when you look at how it is operating in those areas that have piloted universal credit, you'll see that it's a system that's not fit for purpose. So we'll be calling on the government to halt the rollout of universal credit and to put right many of the problems that are endemic in the universal credit system. You know, the government, when they introduced universal credit, said that 3 million people would benefit from the change in the system. In actual fact, research shows that nearly 2.8 million people are worse off as a result of the changes. And the biggest problem is that by having one lump sum paid in total, including people's rents, no longer paid in housing benefit directly to the landlord but to the person themselves, if they're already in debt, the bank then takes that money, they take the charges, the overdraft charges and so on. It means that people are always in debt and unable to pay their bills. Worse than that, there are huge delays in getting the money, so many people have to wait 6 weeks or more before they get their first payment, and that means that people are then forced into debt. They're also forced to go to food banks in order to support their families. And these aren't just people that are unemployed and seeking work. Many people who are in low-paid work also qualify for universal credit. So to give you an example, there are around about 1,400 people in the Denton and Reddish constituency who are on universal credit, and of those, about 500 or so are in work but are receiving support through universal credit. So what we're calling on the government to do is to halt the rollout of universal credit until all the problems are ironed out and until we can guarantee that going forward the system is working for people that need that support. And one thing that the government could change tomorrow if they wanted to is the cost of calling the universal credit hotline. I think it is inexcusable that a hotline for people in the most need has charges of 55 pence a minute. And to give you an example, I had a constituent who only today had to wait on the phone, left on hold for 7 minutes before they could speak to somebody at the Department for Work and Pensions. That's an awful lot of money for somebody who hasn't got that money to spend on a phone call. So I think one of the first things the government could do, as well as stopping the rollout of universal credit, is to scrap the obscene phone charges for some of the poorest in society. So hopefully common sense will prevail. We're going to force a vote tomorrow using a Labour Party Opposition Day debate. Let's hope the government sees the writing on the wall and that universal credit needs a fundamental overhaul. Stop the rollout, stop the charges and fix the system. So from me in Westminster, thank you.